Good God,
Okay.
it's like 1:30. Okay.
Oh, no, it is 9:30, folks. Time for the Friday Night Hangout. This is where we grab a brew, shoot the breeze, and interact with you live on the internet. We're just talking about how many people listen to the Hangout. Waiting for that one special newcomer to come in and get amazed by what they see. I think it's great. Let's start off here with our usual round of intros. Before we get to that, though, let's explain a little bit how it works. If you're watching live, you can scrub through like a PVR. The replay will start automatically once we are done. They hang out in about an hour and a half from now. And, of course, you can listen to the edited Best of Podcast edition, which is a little late. The latest episode is a few weeks old, but we'll get caught up pretty good because, hey, you know why? Because we're in the summer schedule. We'll be doing this every 2 weeks, and we'll have a special ladies' night hangout next week. So you may want to check that out. So that should be kind of fun. Let's do a quick round of intros. From Wallace, Nova Scotia, Keith Elliott, KeithElliottStone.com. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good here. How's it going with you?
It is adequate.
Adequate. Well, that sounds kind of mediocre.
That's all I got to say. That's all I got. Cape Breton, we got Carrie with us tonight. Good evening, Carrie.
Hello. How are you?
Adequate. Over to Halifax, we got Krista with us tonight, BiteSizeTravel.ca. Good evening, Krista.
Good evening.
Over to the Valley, we got Hoogly Beer and Booze Reviews on the YouTube. Lee, how's it going tonight, sir?
Adequately middle of the road.
Excellent. Over to Newfoundland, we got Mustang or Bluefin. What is common is the 774. Mike with us tonight. How's it going, Mike?
Awesome.
Excellent. And, of course, I am here in Halifax also. And we've seen a few people jump in. Folks, if you are watching, this is an interactive hangout. So if you have the Twitter, maybe Instagram, or the YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can leave a comment, and we'll get to the comments and read through that as we go through the topics for tonight. If you are following along on the votingchores.com website, you should be able to see the story topics or on the YouTube page. So let's get started here by the way that we normally do, which is what we are drinking tonight. Let's start with Mike. What are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I got a Minty Pure. It's a lager from New Zealand. I had that at the beer show a couple weeks ago, and it's really nice.
Okay, excellent. Lee, what are you drinking tonight?
I have one of my new sort of standby favorites, the Vickers Cross from Boxing Rock.
Nice.
Excellent. Krista, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking the Good Robot Brewing Company's Gosa in my brand new glass from Primal.
Now, what is Primal? What is that?
Primal is a new restaurant that's open in Halifax, and they are in the space formerly where Fiasco was on Brenton Street off of the Spring Garden Road, if you're familiar with the area. I don't want to say they're meat-themed, but they are meat-heavy. I have a copy of the menu. It's got a lion on it. And they have some, they do all of their butchery and all of those things in-house. They've got some very fine charcuterie, a lot of which I sampled tonight. Great Nova Scotia craft beer on tap. Tonight there was a tap takeover by Tatamagouche. It was delicious, well-priced, fantastic. I had some biltong. The owner's from South Africa, so he makes his own biltong, which is, if you've been or if you're familiar with it, was fantastic. And, yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Do they serve lion?
Do they serve lion? They do not serve lion.
Oh.
They have bison, though. They serve bison.
Oh, okay. Well, let's step up.
But they have these really, like, kind of nifty shaped beer glasses. They're very...
Oh, yeah. Pretty
nice. The head is kind of like on the logo right now, but you have their Primal logo, and there's a lion, so my beer glass has a lion on it. But also, thanks to Primal for hosting me tonight. It was fantastic.
All right, excellent, good stuff. Carrie, what are you drinking tonight?
I got it.
Oh, you got it!
Oh,
Curtin Brewery.
Brett Brewing. I'm drinking the Sons of Hector. It's a brown ale, kind of nice. I've had and I've got some more of the other. They have three brews on tap right now. Some of it has been delivered to Halifax. If you have a chance to sample it, it's pretty good. The IPA is really nice, and they got a Happy Weizen, which is a really nice summer beer too. So
Yeah,
if you get a chance to sample it,
the Stubborn Goat in Halifax has their Hefeweizen, and I had it the other night.
it's nice. That's a nice beer.
excellent. Price-wise for growlers, Carrie, is that
Um,
industry standard or?
yeah, I think it was $17 for a large fill.
Okay. All right, sounds about good. All right, Keith, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm having a Pump House IPA.
Oh, you shelled out some cash for the. Wait a minute, didn't you buy a case of that a while ago?
I got a taster's pack. It's like a dozen. Yeah, got it last weekend.
Okay, excellent.
6 different beers in a case, so you can't go wrong.
No,
Nice.
excellent. I am drinking tonight. I was going to get the Good Robot Goats also at the Crystal Wine Merchant, the private store out here in Bedford, but there was something wrong with the keg. It was all head, no, or all foam, no beer. So I got the Tanamagush North Shore Lager,
Oh, very nice.
and it is a nice lager, very nice, tasty lager. So hopefully that will do. The growler is in the fridge, so hopefully this will do for the rest of the hangout. So, and with that, let's move to the first topic of the night, folks. If you're watching, you can comment, use the Friday Night Hangout hashtag on Twitter, YouTube, votingchores.com, or even Instagram if you want. We'll be checking that in a little bit. First topic here is the Queen Mary 2 is in Halifax today. Actually, should be leaving port right about now. For the 175th anniversary of this ocean liner. And does anybody know the main deal with the Queen Mary 2, or I guess the company, the Cunard?
The Cunard lines,
Yes.
founded by Samuel Cunard. He was born in Halifax. I don't know, like a bajillion years ago.
1800s or something like that.
Sure.
He saw a future in steam engine ships with iron hulls, but he was really, I guess, the first one that came up with the invention, I guess you can call it, of of a timetable. On this date we will ship out if the ship is full or empty with people or cargo. Right, so it created a standard delivery time for the shipping lines, and I guess that was the first, because ships back in the day, they waited until they were full of cargo or people. So you can just imagine
There's internet magic happening right here.
getting on the ship, ship to Europe, and waiting for a month until things kind of filled up there. So anyway,
I was just trying on Periscope for one. See you next time.
So
I
anyway,
guess
yeah.
I was just gonna say, I guess it only makes sense that they sort of progress to that model where we're gonna leave at a set time, make it more dependable. I mean, getting to the era where ships weren't living by the skin of their teeth, trying their best to fill themselves up before they left, so.
I took a look at the website for the Queen Mary 2 just to price it because I was curious. And the return trip back to Southampton leaves New York in a few days, and you can still get rooms on it, interior rooms, which I assume are like slightly above the coal room. For the 4-day crossing to Southampton, it was like $900 Canadian. It was shockingly reasonable to me. I mean, they go up quite a bit. I mean, I don't think you get much for your $900, but it's like, how about that?
Yeah, so now, of course, they're doing the whole big shows here in Halifax today. I just happened to be walking by the waterfront, and all the media was there. I saw Brett Ruskin from CBC sending up a tweet on his Twitter feed there, and I said, don't worry, I'm not going to favorite it. I'm right here. I saw you do it, so it's okay. Saw a few other of the media people there, so it was a big day for media. If anything happened else in the city, such as a fire in Dartmouth, there would be nobody to cover that because they were all at the dock checking out the ship.
There were plenty of other people there.
Well,
Yeah, I was quite surprised. So I used to work in an area where we dealt with the cruise part of the tourism world, and when a new ship would make a call on Halifax, local government officials would get invited to go on board for a tour. So I toured a couple of them. It's interesting. I mean, it's not for me, but...
Well, it's no surprise all the media was there because it's novel these days in Nova Scotia to actually find a ship that's profitable and still floats. So.
Well said. Well said.
Blue Nose is floating again, though, isn't it?
Barely.
Tomorrow?
It's not profitable, though.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
Keith, your neck of the wood, Wallace there, the harbor, can it accommodate? How big of a ship can your docks accommodate up there?
They used to bring in boats and fill them with sandstone and send them away. And up until about 20 years ago, they used to bring in barges and fill them full of gravel. So, I don't know, a smallish commercial ship could get in here no problem.
Because the Queen Mary, too, is not that big.
We could probably get into Pugwash for sure. Pugwash is a very deep water port.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, this ship is pretty substantial. Like I didn't go down the waterfront to see it, like full disclosure, but I saw lots of other pictures of it posted for scale, and I was like, whoa, like, it's quite the size.
Well, yeah, it's not small, but it doesn't seem to be as big as some of the other cruise ship that come into dock.
Well, some of these like mega carriers. I've been reading this book about the industry of tourism, and they talk quite a bit about cruising and how they're basically just like jamming as many people as they can get, like 5,000 people on a cruise ship, which to me just sounds like hell.
Wasn't Jocelyn on the biggest cruise ship afloat?
Yes, the Oasis of the Seas.
That's massive, that one.
You can watch the video tour on the Avoiding Chores website. If you go under the outdoor section, he does the complete tour from the coal room up to the top. So
were there dancing Irish people below deck, like in
the funny thing is there's like nobody's any of his shots. So I said, was there anybody on this ship? Because
you went to the gym. There's like 3 people in it. Kind of funny.
They were too busy at lining up at the buffet lines or
the
casino.
I've asked people to explain the appeal of that to me, and I just do not get it. Like, I am just not their customer. I'd like open invitation to any cruise line that wants to pay me, obviously, to experience their offering and try to change my mind about cruising. This is your moment.
Well,
I think the consensus is that the Queen Mary shouldn't feel inadequate. It's a good size. Is that what we settled on here?
Yeah.
Is it a fancy thing for fancy people, or is it something that everybody would do, or?
Did everyone just miss the penis joke, or was it just not that funny?
No. It's before 10. So
9:45. Penis. What?
Hang on.
I'm drinking.
not even 10 o'clock yet.
Oh.
It's my goal to make Jim edit out the audio podcast as much as possible now.
These
You did a good job last time, Lee.
Well, I don't know if you listened to the last one. I got it down to 20 minutes. So.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's the original.
Almost 2 hours.
Great.
It took a while. That's why I'm kind of behind. It takes a while. It took a while. But that wasn't the one to edit. I think there was a worse one I think we had. So anyway, all right. So folks, if you are watching, you can comment use the Friday Night Hangout hashtag and comment on Twitter, YouTube, Google+, and of course if you're following along on the avoidingchores.com website. Let's do a quick round of comments and see what's going on here. We'll start with the Twitter wire. Krista, you've been monitoring Twitter?
I have, at William C. Murray, who is a local specialist in the field of tourism and business.
Was a local.
Oh, has he moved yet?
It might be pretty close.
I thought that was still forthcoming. Anyway,
okay.
he mentioned that Canaris started by delivering the mail, then moved on to delivering people, and then said cruise ships are either going to be massively large or very specialized and small. The middle zone doesn't work. But I bet the buffet lines are long at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I added the last part. I added the last part about the buffet lines.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Keith? I thought tonight here that a few weeks ago we commented on Anna Milda from CTV about her interview spots there with Snoop Dogg and stuff, and I just saw one of her tweets there. She's out with the ladies, or probably out something going on.
Are you still picking on her? Is that what you're saying?
I'm looking for an opportunity, so I just have to decide which account to do it from. So.
You don't have to follow her. Following is optional.
Yeah.
I like to follow the most of the reporters in town, so I can get to see the same picture of the QE2.
Jim's avoiding chores, and he's also trying to avoid harassment charges.
Yeah.
I actually encourage this Jim from what I can remember. I said the most egregious things about her, so as long as the heat goes on you, I'm all right.
Then you backpedaling. I was disappointed.
Guys.
So for those who didn't see that episode, we commented on the spot that Anna did on CTV Live at 5 with Snoop Dogg,
Here and then we go again.
Anyway, you can go back into the replay. I watched that a couple weeks ago, but anyway, it was good. I thought it was entertaining.
I stand by my choice to go to JDCL that night and not harass anyone on the internet.
No.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, but you probably harassed somebody at JDCL or something.
Yeah, I'm very well behaved in public.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Hey, we've been with you in public, me and Keith.
Yeah,
if she's not, she doesn't tweet about it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Ah, that's the secret.
All right, Carrie, what's going on YouTube?
Absolutely nothing. And can I say something about the cruise ship? So I've stood in line in the buffet lines. They're not that bad. The food is pretty good. You have to buy your own drinks, but it's probably better than a 7-day resort where you get drunk on rum all day and then pass out your bed or get sunburned on the beach. So whatever. I mean.
Yeah, you know what? That doesn't sound any more interesting to me. So.
Yeah, but
point taken.
Carrie described a very specific set of things that happened. So it sounds like Carrie went to a resort for 7 days, got sunburned, drank too much rum.
No, I never did that. I've never been on a all-inclusive.
You're definitely overlooking Carrie's defense of the buffet line.
Carrie's a Hunter Thompson novel is what he is.
Oh my God.
No, but it's true though. But definitely look at the video that we have on the Avoiding Chores website for the Oasis, and that Justin has done a couple of other cruise ship there, and gotta agree with Carrie there. It's like there's stuff
pros and
looks
cons
good.
to both of it.
Yeah.
Pros and cons to each side. So.
All right, and Lee, were you checking Avoiding Chores?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you even have comments initiated on there, Jim.
Oh,
well, that's going to take our numbers to new lows.
Guys, I checked. I couldn't see the comments either.
Oh, okay. Let me verify this as we jump into the second topic, and I can quickly do some technical support here. Next topic here is the Nova Scotia government is discussing ways to make Peggy's Cove safe.
Oh, heavens.
Krista, can you give us just a quick intro?
So, Peggy's Cove is a very well-visited rocky coast for tourists in Nova Scotia. It has, a really nice. It kind of hits all your high points of tourism imagery for Nova Scotia. It's got a really nice lighthouse that has pretty fresh coat of paint on it. It's got lots of rocks and water and the unpredictable fury of the seas. And unfortunately, occasionally someone gets a little too close to the edge and a wave comes to shore and takes them away. And honestly, it's pretty grim because not many are ever recovered, though there was a close call last week and somebody was recovered from the sea after being swept ashore. So for local folks, this can be pretty traumatic, especially if they witnessed it, and obviously for people that are with whoever gets swept off, that's also pretty traumatic. So my understanding is that there have been some meetings with officials and local people to discuss ways that this can be made safer. But there is, when you go out there, Rick Conrad on Twitter, at Rick Conrad, if you guys follow him, went out this week and did a pretty good job of capturing the signs and where they are right now. And they are, admittedly, they're in English, but they do speak to the unpredictability of the conditions and also the relative danger, and also tells people to stay off black rocks. And I mean, that's as strict as the advice, that's as straightforward as the advice gets.
Well, here's the thing: is common sense only in English? I mean,
Exactly.
Well,
damn, man! Like, I know people don't read signs anyway. They should institute a death tax in Peggy's Cove. If you die, your family has to pay money. That would keep people away from it pretty quick, I think.
Stupid people probably.
I'm just going to flip to it. This is a picture. Can you see it on my screen share? This is a picture that I took in Spain of at the western coast. So this is also on the Atlantic Ocean in a town called Murcia. And this guy is
not showing up yet.
Oh no. Okay, let me see if sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Let's try this again. Okay. So this is a picture of a fella climbing on the rocks to get a really good picture. In a town called Murcia on the Atlantic coast of Spain, and it's in an area called the Costa del Morte, the coast of death, for what should be fairly obvious reasons. But if you look where he's crawling, the rocks are, first of all, wet. Second of all, there are puddles, which means that there has been water there fairly recently. And in this particular area, there is no signage whatsoever. You just go with the sense God gave you. And I was there, Lori and I were there, and I kind of like elbowed her, and I'm like, I don't like the looks of this. Like, we could be watching this guy die. Because we are, of course, both from coastal areas and are familiar with both the unpredictability and the power of the sea. Now, as far as I know, this guy survived, but this example shows that this isn't just limited to Peggy's Cove, unfortunately.
It's everywhere.
I mean, modern cameras have really good zoom functions, people.
Oh yeah, well I was quite far away. I was nowhere near the water.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's their own fault at that point. It's like Mount Everest. You take your life into your own hands, and if you end up being one of the frozen bodies up there, well, too bad for you.
Well, the deal with Everest is like they leave you there, like you go in knowing that. But I don't know, like if you don't have any concept of how dangerous something is. I don't know how you get people to appreciate how dangerous something is.
Well, what can you do? I mean, is a fence really going to stop people? That was one of the proposed ideas.
Well, no, the fence is not happening. That's not going to happen.
So I saw somebody suggest a row of markers on the rocks to, don't cross this line. But I can just see these aerial shots, and you can just see the faint line of these markers dotting across the rocks.
I mean, what do you do? Hire
People
lifeguards?
sitting on them and getting their pictures taken. I can see that too.
But it's variable, right? Like the whole reason that these happen is often because it's rogue or there are extreme weather conditions, like during hurricane season. Like one of the many things that gets me raging is if there's a storm coming in and everyone like caravans down to Peggy's Cove to go look at the big waves on the rocks, and then the police have to go stand there on the rocks when they probably should be doing other things and tell people not to go near the rocks to keep them from being swept into the ocean. Like that is one of those things. Well, a police officer shouldn't, like an RCMP officer shouldn't have to go stand there and be a lifeguard for people who live next to the ocean and should have better sense than that. Oh, that makes me so crazy.
So should the government just give money for David Hasselhoff to be here during the summer?
He's too busy. He's too busy drinking and eating cheeseburgers on his floor.
He can't
Yeah,
run fast
I
enough
do
on the
not.
beach when he's going like this.
Hasselhoff is a terrible choice. He is a hot mess of a human right now. I don't know. What do you tell people? Like anytime if I tell people to go there, don't go on the black rocks, don't climb down close to the water. But at the end of the day, individuals exercise their agency. Like I don't know what you can do to tell people to. I don't know like where the line ends of what's appropriate for government or a business or whatever to do in terms of controlling the behavior of someone else. Like if you're gonna get in the ocean, you're gonna get in the ocean.
Yeah, they should do nothing. I mean, even if they closed off Peggy's Cove from tourism altogether, like they just by some weird chance they decide to do that, people will still go there and they still get swept off the rocks.
Well, that's definitely not going to happen. But they're like I guess there's been talk about looking at the signage, so that seems productive to me. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe putting it in like another language in addition to English. Though English is a very common when you travel to other parts of the world where English isn't the first language, the warning information is often in the local language and English. But
yeah.
Well,
sorry.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I think just about every area in the country has these dangerous places, whether it's waterfalls with a swimming hole above it, or like Peggy's Cove here, we got Cape Spear. You can put up signs, but you can't keep people away from it, other than common sense and obey the rules. They don't put up the signs for fun. Obviously, something happened, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know how you police it.
I'm all for better signs. I just saw one today from the Chicago Park District. They have a really good one for dogs.
okay, that is adorable.
All right, so I definitely think that maybe the style that they should go for at Piggy's Cove should be this: nice, colorful, and very.
Wow, that is incredibly popular on Google Images.
It is.
So what's the sign over here though? Is it going to be like Bruno Gerussi was not a real beachcomber and he's not going to save your ass if you fall in the water?
That is a deep cut of a pop culture reference.
Yeah. Or we could go for like Danger Bay as well if you want to get a little bit more modern.
Two West Coast shows. We don't have anything on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Maybe we get Republic of Doyle.
Did Republic of Doyle ever do an ocean rescue?
Or maybe we got Mr. Leahy in a dinghy somewhere.
22 minutes. 22 minutes, yes. Hey, some stupid Ursel drowned in the sea again. On that, at Lewisburg, they have some pretty rough. They have a good spot where you can go watch the waves too. Again, like Peggy's Cove, it is pretty risky, but when because it is a Parks Canada site, it gets closed off when there's bad weather and extreme weather and stuff like that there. So I don't know if they put Peggy's Cove as a natural historic site and close it, put it under Parks Canada jurisdiction, then the provincial government won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, because we all know that Parks Canada, they don't want you to do nothing. No fun. Just here we go. Here's nature. Just stay away. Just big wide perimeter. That's what Parks Canada philosophy is.
Exactly. Welcome to Canada. Don't do anything.
Yeah. Let's do a quick check on comments. Give a chance for people to refresh the pages. Get ready. We're going to do a quick round of what we are drinking tonight. Folks, if you are watching, if you want to interact with us, Friday Night Hangout hashtag on Twitter, YouTube, Google+, or woodandchores.com. Comments have been enabled, so if you're watching on the woodandchores.com website, you may have to refresh the page, but way down the bottom, you should see a little comment box. Let's do what we're drinking tonight. Keith, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm just finishing off this Pump House IPA.
How you like it?
Well, I think it's one of their better ones. It's 6.5%. It's pretty good. It's not super dry. It's more middle of the road IPA for dryness. I like it. It's all right.
10-4. Carrie, what are you drinking?
Right now,
Yep.
see, changed. I got a bigger one.
Oh.
I got the Black Angus from Breton Brewing. Very nice IPA. Not really hoppy tasting, but it's very nice.
Okay, excellent. And Krista, what are you drinking tonight? Oh, we lost Krista. We may have lost Krista. Oh, yeah, we lost Krista there.
Yeah.
Lee, what are you drinking tonight?
I've switched over to the Gahan 1772 IPA.
Ah, yes.
Solid.
Is that a new one, Lee?
It's newly available in Nova Scotia over the last couple months, but they've had it for a while now. It's probably their best beer as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you drinking?
I'm still on the NZ Pure. Put the camera.
Okay,
It's really nice. Just about finished this one now.
excellent. I am slowly working off the Tatamagouche North Shore Lager, and I really should go and get some more here. So once we launch into the next story there, I'll quickly run out to the fridge, which is right there, so I can get it. However, I just want to say I had earlier this evening, I tried this Steamworks Pale Ale earlier this evening. I don't know if you guys have tried this one.
Not yet, no.
Saw this at the NSLCs. 5.2%. I don't remember it. I had this with supper tonight, and if you were to ask me how it was, wouldn't be able to tell you. So I think it's a very bland beer. That's all I got. All right, let's move to comments here. It looks like we lost Krista there, having a little bit of technical issues here, but lots of still got a bunch of comments from William C. Murray on Twitter here, talking about tourism and talking about Piggy's Cove. Lots of signs and plus more people out on the rocks interacting with people at Piggy's. Fence will show people where to climb over for pictures. Invest in people in interaction, not barriers, he says. So that's what's going on. And a few other things. Reminder that we do have our special Ladies' Night Hangout, all-female panel next Friday. So we want to check that out. That should be interesting. And hopefully we'll have several new faces that you have not seen on the Hangout, but you may recognize from the comments here and there, or some brand new people. So
it's going to be like the View, but with beer and very, very much less vapid.
yes, it will be very good.
So not like the View.
Yeah, totally not like the View. Way better. Way better. All right, so let's see who's monitoring. Carrie, anything on YouTube?
Yeah, we got a couple comments from Beer Guy Reviews. I don't know who that guy is.
Guy.
My friend Guy.
He says he's drinking some Covered Bridge Brewing. The name of the beer is Never Bet the Devil Your Head. Black IPA, 6.7%, 115 IBU. And he's relaxing at home. Well, cheers to you, buddy. Enjoy your beer.
Have a good one, Guy.
All right, Guy. Guy from Ottawa.
That's right.
And that's it, Carrie?
That's it.
Holy moly. Comments. You know, this is why we're on the summertime schedule. Comments are bare, but we have a number of people watching, so it's all good. Lee, anything on avoiding chores, or we're all doing good?
No, we're the same.
Mm.
You might as well not even enable comments, honestly.
Well, at least you reminded me, just in case. Hey, Krista's back in. Krista, before we move on here, we just want to know what you were drinking tonight.
Oh, I'm still drinking my Gosa.
Okay, perfect.
And I am regretting being an Eastlink Internet customer.
Great segue. Let's talk about the next topic, which is one more local story. Well, we got two more, but next one. Eastlink, the second monopoly, I guess you can call it, in terms of internet. Well, monopoly. Duopoly. We got Bell or Eastlink. Eastlink has the cable internet. They were given a whack load of cash over the last 7-8 years to put broadband into rural areas, and a whole bunch more money for wireless. This week they announced that you know what, you're going to have a 15 gig cap if you live in the woods. That means you can probably do email. Definitely not YouTube and definitely not Netflix.
Yeah,
Unless you want. Yeah.
Yeah, don't even think about doing anything other than like email and maybe finding some antiquated BBS somewhere from 1995 and posting on that. Otherwise, you're gonna run up your 15 gig like pretty damn quick.
So back in 2007, they were supposed to set up their broadband, you know, the coax, up to, I think it was 1.2 megabits, so not terribly fast, but still, you know, workable. I guess now, not much better than dial-up in rural areas. And let's face it, the internet is becoming in a necessity. We see it with cord cutting. People just keep internet, you know, with all the government services, license renewals, applications with the feds, everything, and our entertainment, Netflix and YouTube and all that. We need broadband, and the fact that Eastlink is saying, "Hey, we're meeting 2007 standards."
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
The system is working.
Yeah, it's 2015, and it's much more crucial that everyone is hooked up to the internet at this point if they want to be.
Hell yes.
Hey, Dan.
Hello.
Oh, Dan's in.
Yeah, for speaking as a guy that was without internet for 3 days, I'm still have the shakes in my hand, just generally, and it's not from alcoholism either. It's actually the lack of
It's anger. It's anger and
it's rage. Bell
Anger.
Alliance. Ooh.
Oh my God! What am I supposed to do when I finally reach my peak of hating Eastlink?
I don't.
You're gonna have to Johnny Mnemonic the situation.
But what's with Eastlink though? They're screwing everyone on the internet. They're screwing everyone on their TV packages lately because they've been doing that little subtle. Oh, we're upgrading your channels. If you want to see this channel upgraded, call in now, or otherwise you might be have your service disrupted. Hey, guess what? I'm not watching your fucking TV anymore because you make me want to buy one of your stupid boxes to watch your stupid TV channels now. Like,
let me make this real easy for you. Cancel your service. TV's on the internet.
yep. Hey, I got Netflix. Piss off.
That's right. I turn my TV on maybe every other day now, and that's only to watch something that I'm like Netflixing or Chromecasting.
You know, those people are no. Eastlink at this point, they're no better than those telephone scammers who trick old people into buying into their scams and stuff because it's the same sort of bully tactics. I mean, that is who they target. They target senior citizens and stuff who are maybe not as savvy with cable connections and things like that. Oh, you still want to see your stories on TV? You got to buy our box now, Mrs. Crabapple, or whatever, you know, like.
Mrs. Crabapple.
Well, I mean, the only problem with that business plan, of course, is that those customers are dying.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not replacing them with new customers. And I mean, right now we are in basically a monopoly when it comes to internet service, particularly high-speed internet service.
Yep.
But God, some technology, there has to be some technology that's going to come along and fix this for us so that we have another option or we don't have to get internet from these guys. And an interesting thing that is going on right now as we speak in Canada is that the CRTC, Canadian Radio Telecommunications Commission, is doing a nationwide consultation with Canadians about how they feel about their telecommunications services. And anyone in the country can submit comments, and they're specifically, when you look through the documents, they are specifically looking for people in rural parts of Canada and how they feel about their internet service and
Do
their
they
internet
really
options.
need to do a survey? Do they
No,
really
they're
need
not doing
to?
a survey. They're doing they do these like nationwide consultations periodically, and every comment that gets submitted gets read into the public record. So don't use your swears, and ultimately forms decisions that the commission makes that regulates how this industry works. And
This
they've been
sounds like having a meeting to have a meeting.
Well, listen, CRTC has been very pro-consumer in recent rulings, particularly when it comes to things like cable packaging and stuff like that. So if you ever want at your moment to go on the record about how much you hate the system we have in this country,
That's what
and
Tumblr's
so
for.
many of us do hate it. No, that's not what Tumblr's for. File an official complaint. Use the official system. You guys pay taxes. Everyone complains about paying taxes. Put your tax dollars to work because your tax dollars are paying for this.
Well,
End of rant.
well, being the only person who has worked for Eastlink on the panel, in the capacity to know some stuff, the main reason, Eastlink is cheap. They are cheap. So no surprise they're finding any way to up the bill, not improve the infrastructure, which is surprising because the amount of money they got from the government for the wireless spectrum. Yeah, sure, they bid millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for the wireless spectrum a number of years ago. Government gave them almost as much money to build up those towers and infrastructure, and even that is not working the way it's supposed to. So it's and the excuse to see that the technology that they picked, it's not good enough now, but it was good enough in 2007. It doesn't.
It's like the Wild West. Internet providers and cell phone providers, they gouge the shit out of us. They don't apologize for it. They keep putting the price up. I mean, only now are things starting to be regulated with cell phones to a small degree, but then with like your cable package more so.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the tide will change or not, but it's definitely changing.
See, I want you to level with us now, Jim. Your tenure of Eastlink. Okay, how many goblets of goat's blood did you drink? How many virgins did you sacrifice? And how many puppies did you drown in sacks in the river?
I was able to find out who was renting the porn pay-per-views.
Oh. So
Lee
where's your
must have been
Tumblr
in
blog?
Oxford Frozen Foods. That's all I can say. That's another brag holding.
So out of curiosity, I know this is a big deal in the States about ISPs and whatnot, about classifying them as utilities, having them actually provided by the city through a tax, and then it's a free utility for the rest of the city. Is there any sort of municipalities within Canada that are actually looking into this seriously, or is this strictly an American thing at this point?
I would say American.
And wow,
Nothing
how in the
Canada.
hell is America more progressive than anyone else on this all of a sudden?
I don't know, but my internet service provider and my television provider is local. It's Seaside Communications, and it offers better service than Bell. We can't get Eastlink here, so that's probably a good thing. And
Yes.
I just go run down the road, and if I have a problem, I just give them a call, and they fix everything up that I need. And it's no there's no hassle trying to talk to somebody that's in another province or another country about anything that I have to worry about. It's all local, and my money goes right to the local community.
And obviously, broadband is working for you because you're able to join into the Hangouts. So
The system is working, everyone.
It's not broken because we're all here, right? That's how it works.
There should be more local. There should be more local service providers for these for internet or television and everything else.
Well, now that the government has, fully enveloped internet as a standard way to communicate with them, it really should now be classified as a utility. It really should be.
True.
And therefore, it should follow under utility rules.
Yeah. Yep. You can't get a government, so you can't go. You can renew your license and everything else by on the internet, but if you don't have it, you can't do it.
Yeah, you can pay your taxes. You can do all that sort of stuff through the internet. It's now a utility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're trying to eliminate paper and all that stuff. So I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Oh, and then
That
tax on
hammers
that by
it home
giving you a
even more, right?
convenience fee.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
All
there are
right.
lots of things. For the record, there are lots of things I'm willing to throw some money at to enjoy convenience, but this is not one of them.
And with that, let's move on to the next topic. I think we beat this one pretty good. Folks, if you want to join in the conversation, if you're on Twitter, Friday Night Hangout hashtag. If not, you can comment on YouTube, votingchores.com. There's the comment section there on the show page, and we will get to you momentarily. Let's do one more. I believe this is the last local story. Big Halifax content, or Nova Scotia content this past week here. Thanks to Keith for putting together the story list here. Next one, next topic here is the possible shark at Martinique Beach is freaking out a bunch of people. So
Is this a Shark Week ploy? Does this happen to be Shark Week in the Shark Week?
You know what it is? It is a Sharknado promo.
Our Sharkpocalypse.
The third Sharknado is coming. Nothing
Yeah.
is safe.
The Sharkatola is attacking us.
The
Wow,
Sharkatola.
that's like, I just brought back the 80s with that reference. Wow.
The Sharkatola of rock and roll right there. Yeah.
Oh, they're fishing for sharks in Lewisburg next week too.
It shouldn't surprise us since we are along the Atlantic Ocean. I'm sure we can see once in a while. Wasn't there like a whale in the Halifax Harbor a couple of weeks ago?
Well, I have to ask a question. I actually thought we got sharks here fairly regularly.
We do.
I'm not a marine biologist.
Depends on the shark. Like great whites, we usually don't get them.
No, but do we know this is a great white? I mean, all I saw was a blurry black blob in the
I
water.
don't know what
Like,
That's
sharks
the
are
thing,
called,
yeah.
but I mean,
it's
we
like
all
for
kinds
all
of
I
sharks
know,
here.
it could have been like someone wearing a full body wetsuit with a hood.
I think
That's the thing. They couldn't positively identify the shark, I don't think.
I think it was like Bigfoot with like a shark fin attached to its back.
It was probably a sunfish. It wasn't moving very fast.
That's pretty
Yeah.
that's a valid
But
point.
there's no Sunfish Week. There's Shark Week.
Exactly.
That's next week.
I'm with Dan. I gotta be honest. I do not care about Sunfish Week, so shark it is.
Boring.
Did they say what size it was supposed to be, like the shadow or whatever? Like,
No.
He said it was the size of a pizza box, the fin, the dorsal fin. So thinking
Was this a
it's
stoner that said this? Oh, it's a pizza, the pizza box measurement system now?
I was gonna say anyone
But
who
we have-
measures things in pizza boxes is my kind of people.
We
At
have
arm
had
length? Was that at arm length? Because, like, you know, pizza box at arm length could be really, really big.
and is it one of those Greco boxes, like those big wide party pizzas that they have?
Maybe it's filled with cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese Shark coming to Sci-Fi in November.
Ooh. Shark bites.
But there are sharks around the Atlantic Canada a lot. There are more the last few years, seems to be. But
Yeah, it's because the ocean's warming up and everything's gonna die.
But they've been here for years. I just tweeted a link there a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
50 years ago, there were several sightings of sharks in Wallace. Some of them were brought ashore. My grandfather was in a DFO at the time. You know, there were 9 feet, 11-foot sharks, and they were seeing sharks over 20 feet in the herring and the hake nets. I mean, that was 50 years ago, so they definitely do come here. How often, I don't know, but I mean, how do you know it's out there under the water all the time? I mean, they see orcas in the Bay of Fundy sometimes too. So
That would be. I think that would be very exciting. But I can imagine if you're on a surfboard, seeing a shark would be like, "Wow!" Like.
Yeah.
They're tracking a couple of great whites now the last couple of years, and there's one I think they called it Alice. I'm not sure. They got a name on it, but she comes back every summer and goes to Placentia Bay. Every summer, about July, I believe it is.
Maybe she likes the scenery.
Yeah. But I dive, and the scariest thing in the ocean here is probably sea urchin. Those little
Yeah,
spiny things.
that's the thing.
There you go.
People need to realize that we're not in the shark's food chain. I
No.
mean, we really are not, unless we look like a sea lion to them.
They
Other
usually,
than that,
they mistake
Or
me, don't they?
you chum up the water around you when you go swimming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay off the paddleboard.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
let's blue sky this for a moment, though, guys. Like, can we use the shark thing to fix the Peggy's Go problem at all?
Ooh.
Without like if you put up if you put up a sign that said like warning sharks, stay far away from the water. Like I feel like that's
No,
Oh, no.
no,
Big,
it didn't work in Jaws. It won't work here.
bigger thing.
but the
We have
difference is only one of those things are real life.
we have a fairy problem that's looking for a solution, and we've got sharks. We gotta merge those two.
These are all great ideas. I love
Shark
this.
propelled
I
ferry,
love
is that
it.
what you're saying, Dan?
Little wee sharks.
Coming to the Yarmouth Ferry, Shark Watch.
Yeah, and they're like yar, mouth sharks.
Go to Maine and see nothing and
There
not
you
get
go.
accommodated at all.
There's a mall.
The Mall of Maine.
There you go. I found us our new sign for Piggy's Cove. Problem solved.
Yeah.
I do not even know if I should tell you what I first read that sign as.
Do it.
Did you say shark warning? Is that what you were thinking?
Yes, that's what I read.
Well, yeah. Bring that picture up again, quick. Bring that picture.
Oh, that one?
What time is it? Okay,
Yeah.
20.
Shark warning. You might want to go in the water and clean that up.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, clean it up. It's your duty. Ah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is the end of that. Seriously.
Mm.
Edited.
Take that shit out, Jim.
Oh, that.
It jumped the shark.
Yeah, we jumped to shark.
No, it jumped the shark.
Oh, folks, if you're wondering, if you're watching, you say, oh man, this is so good, I'll need to listen to this again. And hey, guess what? There's an edited podcast version of this where it's an hour and a half live show gets trimmed down to
To a smooth.
15.
How much swearing has
Smooth
there
15.
today? Because I've missed most of the show. Has there been lots of swearing? Lee?
A little bit.
Okay, so yeah, you might actually get an hour. That's cool.
Well, apparently the last one was 20 minutes, Dan, so...
No, fuck.
Is that the one we drove from Montreal? Really?
No. No.
I can't wait to see the editing on the ladies' version next week.
I'm going to bed for that one.
I think that's a challenge accepted.
Mm.
I want to see you ladies just throwing out the foul words everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me. I don't know if there's anyone on there
Get sharp mouth.
that would do that. If we have any sharp mouths. Well, it's gonna be dignified, that's for sure, because we are proper ladies with proper opinions.
That is yet to be determined.
We are ladies, so we have no opinions that are not predetermined by our fathers or husbands.
Okay.
So, is there any change? Well, going back to the real issues about sharks and whatnot, are there any changes in local policy involving fictitious boxes of pizza that may be or may not be a shark?
Well, there's an awful lot of paperwork that they're going to have to fill out.
Do they have to request a visa?
They're not going to enjoy that a lot. Well, that's a federal thing, so I don't know about that. But, yeah, I don't know, man. They're not going to enjoy the paperwork, I got to tell you that.
The big questions
There you
are if it's got pineapple on it, is it a Hawaiian shark? If it's got sardines on it, how do real sharks feel about that?
If
It just
it's-
ate sardines, that's all.
Yeah, how
Worst
great
pizza- worst
is the
pizza
great
ever.
white shark? Actually, we should actually have our own. We have the great white shark. Why don't we have the great white North shark?
Well, we got our big.
He wears a toque and swims in circles because he's
Oh,
drunk.
you know, eh? Oh, take off, eh?
We've got our big elusive Greenland shark that has been the big kind of
Yeah.
shark topic in recent years. Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't mess with anything from Greenland. They can survive in the winter. That place is crazy.
They're furry sharks.
I'm opening up a place called Shark Pizza, so if you want to get in,
Oh, you gotta get the
Do it
Twitter
now.
handle, quick. A sharkza.
Sharkza, yeah.
All right, I think we're good for this topic.
So,
Yeah.
What? No!
We beat the hell out of another
Keep
one.
roll
Jeff.
it! Roll
Oh,
it!
no, hang on.
wait a minute. William has chimed in on Twitter that the Sharks would solve the Peggy's Cove issue, but not in the PR way we want, which is, I think, a pretty fair point.
True.
Create a new
Oh.
extreme experience program.
Never mind the lighthouse. We want to see the sharks.
Well, the cage diving thing in South Africa is incredibly popular, and people, when I was there, people were like, "Hey, like you should go in this cage." I'm like, "There's no amount of
No.
incentive in the
I
world
did
that's
it
going
in
to get
Hawaii,
you know what I mean?
and I was surrounded by Galapagos sharks, and it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, but then South Africa, the sharks are trying to eat you, but you're in the cage.
Well, the thing is, the one in Hawaii, it's not like a fully submerged one. It's like slightly above, so the top is open. So all it takes is like one intelligent shark to kind of like jump in, and it's like smorgasbord. It's like, it's like a Vitamix blender with the shark.
See, I
That could Fonzie you, and then it's all over.
see. I'd go in one of those cages as long as they gave me a gun I could shoot underwater.
Well, it does. It kind of
That's
goes.
not a part of the experience.
I'd
No,
love
not a
to do
spear
that.
gun.
But
I'm talking a blow flesh into little bits gun.
No, but they do chum up the water around you so that you have like an experience.
There was somewhere in Nova Scotia a couple of years ago. They did offer shark cage diving. I'm not sure where it was, but I was looking into it.
Was that shark singular?
Maybe it was blue sharks. They were.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Was it like a diver with like a big foam outfit swimming around the cage?
It may have been. That's why I didn't go.
I'm a shark. Chomp chomp.
Okay.
Hey, this is a great segue to our next topic. Let me bring it up here. I kind of missed this as it was happening on Twitter.
I know, me too. I'm so mad.
But you've been following Dead Raccoon TO on Twitter.
What?
I cannot even tell you how much I have enjoyed this today.
So I guess this happened yesterday.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess in Toronto, in downtown Toronto, a raccoon died. And somebody
Probably of distemper, for the record.
set up this little scene right here and started with the hashtag Dead Raccoon TO. A young in church. But, it started for...
Okay, so can we just go back to my absolutely favorite thing about all of this is the picture frame with the picture of the raccoon in it.
Yeah, that's the best. And it's the on the card.
When I saw that this morning, I was in tears laughing at that.
So I have two questions here. Okay, have coroners yet determined the time of death? And if they have done so, has anyone questioned Cyril Sneer where he was during that time?
There has been no investigation. The raccoon has been incinerated at the Toronto Animal Services facility for this purpose.
Well, the raccoon had some. Look what's in the paw of this raccoon in this picture. It's a joint.
Like somebody went out, bought a frame, went on the internet, Googled happy raccoon, printed out the picture, put it in the frame, left their office,
dug out a Crayola marker from his kid's box, whatever.
stole a marker from their kid.
A piece of cardboard.
Earlier in the day, there was just the rose, that's kind of like nestled in his arms, and like that is like hysterical to me.
Wow.
But I mean, like all of this was really like a commentary on municipal. Let's say delay. Let's not call it failure. But I mean, it just went to a place like I love it when things get really ridiculous and absurd, particularly when you're dealing with corporations or bureaucracies or any of these things. And this went exactly where I needed to go.
Oh,
This
Hashtag
is this
never
is
forget.
this is Monty Python essentially. Like this is Canadian version of Monty Python, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I love it. Love it.
What it's like.
and notice how this raccoon is starting to bloat as we get into this raccoon's been on the side of the street for like a day, right?
Oh, is this gonna be like that
Yeah,
exploding
wasn't it-
whale in the middle of like Taiwan?
Oh, maybe, but it was probably in the mid to high 30s or mid 20s to like low 30s in Toronto today. So it was a warm day. I mean, I don't know how close to that raccoon I would get because there is a really good chance. I think raccoons can get rabies and like distemper and all this stuff. So there's probably like something in the mix if it wasn't just flat out poisoned. Like there's no reason to get that close to it, but I'm really glad that somebody went and got that picture frame and put the picture in it because that was really
That's the best.
Is there gonna be like a third day
That is
resurrection
cool. That is-
of the raccoon?
Well,
is
there
Canadian,
are plenty more to take its place. But did you see the responses? There was a Toronto City Councillor, who's named Norm Kelly, who's really social media savvy, and he really chimed in at several points in the day. And his later in the evening, as this was starting to wind down, he said, "Everybody, keep your green bins open tonight in tribute to."
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That is-
Like, oh God. Like, I never really I don't follow Toronto City politics, obviously, but like I like that.
By the way, did you hear
that
about
was the
that
best.
that guy that was trying to charge his cell phone on a Broadway stage?
Oh,
Yes, that was hilarious.
that guy. That guy. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy did an interview with Playbill magazine, and he's this effing 19-year-old douche from Staten Island or Long Island or one of those like douchey places outside of New York City. And he came into the city with his mom and a bunch of these other like douche friends of his. They got drunk, and then they went to this play, and his phone had been blowing up all day, so it like needed some juice.
Yeah.
So he went up on stage and he plugged it into a USB port on a prop television. And then at the end of this article, this human piece of garbage has the gall to say, "Hey, this got their play some publicity. I hope it probably made it better for them." It's like, you know what?
I hope he gets some negative publicity.
I
in
got
the,
some of the article right there. There's someone actually took a YouTube of this guy actually going up onto the stage, and the security coming up afterwards. So.
No, but you know what? Like this on its own was fine. It was like, oh, New York. But then when you actually like meet the guy, it's like, oh, you are human garbage. That's what it is.
And the worst part is the outlet he was trying to plug it into wasn't even real.
No, it was a prop. It was a prop television. It was just like a USB port on a prop television.
What a fucking retard.
Yeah.
God damn.
This guy is a hot moron. Like he is stupid. His mother should be embarrassed. And I mean, to gloss over the fact that this woman who lacks any sense and zero parenting skills, I guess, took her well, I mean, he's not legal in Canada, but certainly not in the U.S. Took him somewhere, managed to get him drunk, and then thought, hey, I'll take this idiot to a Broadway show. What could possibly go wrong?
It's that mom and son combo from that Simpsons episode. I think it was like the Christmas one where they were in the store and she was trying to buy him like presents and stuff, and he just wasn't having it. She was like, "Oh, we'll get this for you, honey." "Shut up, Mom."
Yeah, that guy. That's this guy. Friggin' Long Island.
Yeah, hopefully he gets beat up many, many times in his life.
Oh, I hope life is nothing but a crushing disappointment for him. Ugh.
The worst.
It will be once his mom dies.
Ooh.
Whoosh.
Hey, it could be years from now. I'm just saying.
I'm glad Lee's making me look moderate on this by comparison, so thank you.
Hey, I strive to endeavor.
And by the way, Krista, if you're gonna call someone out as being garbage, you at least gotta do it with the New York accent.
He's a garbage.
You're garbage. You're garbage.
He's garbage. Garbage. His mother is garbage.
There you go. Done.
There you go.
People who are watching, you can vote on the accent, Krista or Dan, using the Friday
forget
Night
about it.
Hangout.
He's fucking garbage.
Garbage.
What are you talking about?
What?
The TV he tried to plug into was a
What are you talking about?
Fugazi.
He's garbage.
Tried to plug his phone into some paper television up there, like he's better
Get
than you.
off the stage!
Garbage.
I'm watching the show, the freaking show. Off the
We
stage.
came all the way in. We came all the way into the city. It took us 2 hours to get there in traffic.
I am now
We go to
verklempt.
the bar.
You see
We
that?
get
He's made me verklempt.
This human
Now I
garbage.
want to go to a deli.
On stage,
God
like
damn
another
it.
thing. No, see, it's like fading into Boston. Like, oh, sorry, everyone.
So again, people, you can vote. Friday Night Hangout on Twitter.
Is there an other box on that one too?
Yeah,
They've shut it off by now, Dan.
Who would like to see Dan and Krista go to New York and try to get in fights with local people?
I think that dead raccoon had a better New York accent. Hashtag never forget.
All right, let's do one last little check on comments here, folks. And just a reminder that the replay will start once we're done, which will be shortly. We do have the Best of Podcast edition. We're running a little behind in terms of the episodes. This week, if you were to subscribe, you would hear the show from a couple weeks ago. But we will catch up on the episodes and have this particular one up, and it should be a great length. I anticipate for at least 40 minutes of good entertainment. Carrie, on YouTube, is anything going on there?
Let me check.
Okay, as you check.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Just that beer guy. He misses his AOL CDs in the mail. I can't remember what that was about.
Oh, that was
Net Zero and that stuff. Net Zero and Eastlink, and Net Zero was often faster than Eastlink. Yeah, I was on Net Zero for a while.
You got mail.
Yeah. And he thinks, he says, I can make signs for Peggy's Cove, and I could throw some sharks and a kraken into the design. And blood.
Okay,
Geek
that
could do
guy,
all of those things.
that just took it next level because a kraken actually ties into a display that they have at the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. Boom.
Or
Geek could do all that.
if we take it to the opposite direction with the shards, just throw a whole bunch of like fake crap in the water. No one's gonna want to fall in there.
Just no bad ideas in brainstorming, guys.
That's right. Synergy.
That's all. That's all. There's nothing else.
That's all? All right. Krista, anything on Twitter?
Well, because my internet is acting shady right now. I hate so much. I can say that William has had to check out for the night, but he thanked us for the amusing time, so you're welcome. And that's it.
All right. And Lee, anything on the Avoiding Chores website?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah. That's your. Oh God, what was that movie? Mickey.
Donnie Brasco?
No, Mickey Blue Eyes with you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Forget about it.
All right. The last topic that I had here on the sheet, which is the stem cell block here. One of the panelists who should be in tonight couldn't make it. They're doing stuff for the Canadian Blood Services here, but the stem cell registry, I believe it is. Is that right?
Yep. Is it?
The National Registry, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, sounds good. You too can join one match if you are between 17 and 35. Just go to blood.ca and request a swabbing kit be sent to your home.
Mm-hmm.
I am too old, as I am an incredibly old senior citizen, but there might be people among us that can participate. It's very important. You could save a life. Hell, you could save many lives. More than you could if you were a shark swimming the waters outside of Vegas Cove.
That's right.
Don't swab a shark either.
Dorsal fin.
Don't swab a shark.
Do not swab a shark. Do not swab a shard either.
Oh no! Don't swab that.
That link again.
Back in the water, Dan. Back in the water.
The link is blood.ca. So couldn't be easier than that. Just go there.
Yeah.
If you're older than 35, you can still give blood.
Yes.
If you're older
That's
than
right.
35, you can give blood, but nobody wants your stem cells. They are no good anymore.
Yeah.
They're all wrinkled.
Civic duty.
I can't give blood. I can't give blood.
No, why is that?
I lived in England in 1994.
Yeah.
He's got the mad cows.
He's got the mad cow.
Yeah.
He's a new back tattoo.
He's got the Coronation Street.
Oh. Oh. So does everyone's grandmother.
If you can, it doesn't take long and helps a lot of people.
And coworkers.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, show.
All right, so with that, kids, I think let's cap it off for an evening here. It was a really good hangout tonight, and a bunch of people were watching there. I'd like to thank everybody who's been watching. Thank the panel for joining us tonight. It was really good. Reminder, ladies only panel next week. You will definitely want to check that out.
Somebody
If
else is going
not-
to be sitting in this chair next week.
That's right. Literally.
The other Krista. The Kristas are taking over the hangout.
Yeah. A whole bunch of circles with plus signs.
That's right. Send tampons.
I always bring those.
Is
Come
that going to be
on.
the sponsor now?
If we could get a sponsor, I would take a tampon sponsor. I'm not
You
gonna
know
lie.
what, Dan? I noticed you're not drinking a barley wine tonight.
Well, the reason I was running late, I came back from Upper Clement Park with the family, so I'm 110% burnt right now. I'm actually
you're-
surprised I'm awake.
And
So I
probably
have to go-
completely dehydrated. So there
Yeah,
you go.
so I'm rehydrating with Olin's because that's what I had in the fridge.
And it's pretty close to water, so yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
They're in my neighborhood, so they give people jobs. So I guess that's something.
Oh no, it's great. It's just they're close to water. That's all. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I still have one old file burner, and I'm saving it for 2016 1-year anniversary.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Good plan.
Good plan.
Unless,
Good plan.
I don't know, if a certain beer company decided to start giving some, as, you know,
Which they should do, really.
they should, whose yacht have I paid for over at Garrison?
I mean,
Really?
they just recently expanded to the Halifax Seaport, so they
Why
really
is
should
there
be
not
able
a
to do it.
wing named after me at this point?
That's right.
Their numbers are going to go down here in a few weeks.
Yeah, they are very busy at Evolve this weekend, not taking drugs.
Just saying, Garrison.
Dan?
They're definitely not taking drugs this weekend.
Don't make
Definitely
me give you blue steel. I'll give you blue steel.
Dan?
Sure.
Dan, you need to break out of your shell. Tell us what you really mean.
Turtle. I don't think I have a shell. I'm pretty sure I'm an open book.
All right, so thank you, panel. This was a great hangout. Thank you, people, for watching. We do this, we'll do it again next week. A reminder, we're on the summer schedule.
But just
so.
the ladies.
That's right.
And you know what? We're going to talk about all these other guys.
Ooh, do tell. Is this going to be like a Paris Hilton episode?
We're definitely going to talk about you like One Direction
Oh,
characters.
a Paris
One-
Hilton.
Oh.
Once I find out what that is.
You could do a Chuck Tingle book review.
Yeah,
Oh, Chuck Tingle reading.
Okay, you know what? That's a great idea. We're doing a Chuck Tingle book review.
All right.
so yeah, everyone has to have like a smoking chair, you know, a nice little with a whole bunch of books behind them,
Listen, we're talking
And then-
about Chuck Tingle. That chair will be smoking on its own. Don't worry about
and start off with like the masterpiece theater music.
You could review all 6 pages of his book.
Yes,
I got to buy a fire extinguisher now.
yes.
Yeah.
Today
I
we
gotta
are
know
going
it.
to discuss Bigfoot
it. I am like
and their taste of wine and butts.
I'm like 90% sure I should get a Chuck Tingle and send it to everybody, and then just have the hangout be a book group about that.
Yes.
How
I
should we
should-
get Chuck Tingle to follow us? There's gotta be a way.
I don't think he's a real person. I'm sorry, Dan.
We gotta
If it-
put the finger on the
if it
tingle.
becomes
We gotta
a
get-
book review, you need to drink copiously before you even start the hangout.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty important part of ladies' book club. I only know that because I know a lot of ladies in their 40s.
All right, that's it, kids. We'll do this again. Join us next week for the ladies' night, ladies only hangout, and then we'll be back the week after that. All right, Krista.
Good meeting.
Good meeting.
Meeting.